Okay. I'm going to give it like 1 minute to get everyone to come on. Alarm's going off. And then I'll get started. Just waiting for people to dial in. So just 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Hey, Will, I see you on there. Thanks for joining. Just a couple more seconds. About 30 seconds. It's like 15 more seconds. And then I'll get started. I see you, Lance. All right, so we got Will and Lance on. Just giving it a couple more seconds before I get started. And of course, I always really appreciate everyone that gets on the live stream. And during the live stream, like, feel free to comment and, you know, interact with me. Let me know how I'm doing, and if you have questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dial into the live stream also on my phone so I can see what you guys are commenting on and be able to address them. Hey, China, I see you join. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. And let me go ahead and dial into it so I can read these comments while I'm talking to you, because I'm going to be multitasking. And then I'm going to get started with the training. Once again, I really appreciate everyone getting on. So let me mute that. Okay. All right. Okay. I hope you guys can see me. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, you can see me. All right. So, all right. Hi, everyone. It's Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and this is the Team DSF weekly business training. And this week, I want to focus on, thanks, Lance. It is going to be good training tonight. I see a thumbs up, Will. Appreciate that. This week, I want to focus on connecting versus the invite. If you've been following me over the past few months when I started this weekly training, and I know it's not every week because sometimes I have events going on, but if you watched any of my other videos, which are archived on my Facebook page, by the way, you can go back and watch them after this. You know that I follow Brandon Cunningham, which is a multimillionaire in my company, and he talks about what we call doing the business, and how to do the business, how to share your business opportunity with people is by a 3-step system. He calls it step 1, 2, and 3, and it also goes by connect, tool, event. So I like to give an overview so people understand in context what I'm saying. The step 1, which is connecting, is basically at some point when you share the opportunity with the new prospect. The tool is the step 2, which is where you give them a little bit more information about the business via a tool, either a video, a pamphlet, or a link to your website, or just more information that they can read up on what it is, or watch what it is that your opportunity is about. And then the event, which is step 3, is the third-party validation, when you actually get the prospect to a third party who can explain in detail what your business opportunity is. That way they can then make an informed decision on whether or not they want to use your products or services, or they would like to join you as a distributor in your company, or both. So what I want to focus on today is connecting, step 1. And sometimes it happened to me when I first got started with my company. I've been in my company a little bit, almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in November of this year. And, you know, we didn't have the step 1, 2, 3 CTE broken down to us at that time, but we knew that was what you needed to do. In another sense, that was basically what you needed to do to share your business. And so when I was told I needed to invite a prospect to my business opportunity, I was excited. I was, going crazy, and I would just really try to rush to get the info out to these people. The problem with that is sometimes if people don't know you too well and they don't know your personality, and even if they do, if they've never seen you in this light before, your excitement might look like desperation, and or it might look like you're trying to sell somebody something because you just want to take their money instead of really trying to help them. Even if you do want to help them, it might not come off that way. So what I want to focus on tonight is connecting versus the invite. And just so you understand, the invite is inside of the connecting process. But I say versus because some people will go out there and just do bursts of energy, bursts of invites, which is fine, but do it the wrong way, and they're cold. They're just trying to get those numbers up, and they're just telling everybody, and they're not even listening to the prospect or trying to build a relationship with them. They're just trying to get to the point and get to the invite and share the information with the prospect, and they're just talking and talking and talking instead of actually listening to what people have to say and providing a solution to their problems, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is explain to you, show you how to properly connect with a prospect versus just doing an invite. Okay? So there are different ways to do that. Of course, everyone is different in the world. Everyone has different situations, and everyone has different times in their lives where they are up, down, middle, happy, sad, angry, whatever, and personality types play a part in it. Your personality type plays a part in it. Theirs, how you guys are, if you have a relationship with them, if you don't, etc. There's so many different scenarios that will determine how you approach someone. So what I would suggest for you as a business person and as a professional in this industry is to definitely read up on personalities. There's a book, I don't remember the name. I should have got the info before I came on this training, but there's a book called Personality Plus that was actually given to me when I was in another network marketing company. And that is a great book that everyone should read if they're in any kind of people business, whether it's network marketing or customer service or whatever. But read up on personality books, read up on how to interact with people, read up on how to communicate with people in general. Anything like that will help you to understand people's mindset, building relationships, how to be a leader, because leaders know how to speak to different types of people, and they know how to draw different types of people in at different parts of their life. Like I said, whether they're happy, sad, rich, poor, whatever. So, say you're hitting your warm market, which is people who right? Like maybe your Facebook friends. You know them pretty well. They may not be somebody that you speak to on a daily basis. That would be your hot market, but they're people that you interact with frequently, and you have a general understanding of their scenario overall, what's going on in their life, but maybe you don't know what's going on daily because they're not like your best friend, but I'm good enough to be able to hit them up and say, hey, how you doing? Whatever, maybe every couple weeks or so. Those are the ones that I find I speak to the most about things like business or whatever, because my hot market, I've either already told them or they're on my chicken list or whatever. I have some other issues with them. So I'm not going to talk about that right now. So your warm market, how do you connect with your warm market where it doesn't feel like you're trying to sell them something because you want to make money off of them, right? Well, let's talk about Facebook friends, look at their page, before you hit them up. Look at their posts. What are they posting about? Sometimes some people are very open with their Facebook page, right? Some people will say everything that's going on in their life. I just broke up with my boyfriend and I'm angry. And then they start posting all these memes about, being a strong woman and I can do everything by myself or whatever. Or they might post about, I hate my job, or, I just had a baby. Anything. Just, kind of do some research. Not because you're trying to be sneaky, but you don't want to come at them in a way where you think you're doing well and you're going to come at them in a certain way, but it might end up offending them because you didn't know they were going through something that, however way you approach them, it actually offends them. So you want to be prepared. You know, you wouldn't approach somebody and share the business opportunity with them and be really business forward if you found out that they just found out they had cancer. You know, you would probably come at them a little bit more cuddly, you know? So that's what I'm saying. So say you have a Facebook friend and they have health issues and your business opportunity is health related and you think it'll be a solution to their issue. Doesn't mean that the first time you contact them, you should tell them about your business. If they're on your Facebook page or any kind of social media and you're posting about your business, they probably already know you're doing something. You know, if you're consistent with it, right? If you're doing the money-making behaviors, right? So you don't need to necessarily say anything about your business the first time you connect with them. And this is where the connecting versus the invite comes into play. Because an amateur would say, hey, I saw your post and it said that, you know, you have cancer and, you know, I got this thing and it's going to help you. So I think you should look at it, you know, and that might be because it's so emotional to you. Like, oh man, my friend has cancer. They need to know about this right now. Bam. You really want to help them, but they might look at you like, okay, really? Like, I don't want to hear about that crap right now. Do you know how many people are approaching me about their little remedies or whatever? Do you know how many people are coming at me saying all this stuff because I have cancer and they're trying to make money off of my situation, or they're trying to like sell me something, or they're trying to like, you know, make it about them instead of about me? Like, they might not want to hear that. You know, some people might take that invite and be cool with it. But I don't think, I never had cancer, but I don't think I would take it like that. I think I'd look at you crazy. Especially if you're in my warm market and like I said, you don't speak to me on a day-to-day basis. You only speak to me like maybe every couple months or every other week or whatever. Like, we're not really that close. Like, we don't go hang out together. But I know you. I still would kind of side-eye you, right? So how do you approach people like that? Well, why don't you just ask how they're doing? How are you doing? But actually mean it. Like, don't just do it. Like, actually mean it. Like, the fact that you saw that post and you wanted to reach out to them probably means you do care a little bit, at least a little bit, about their well-being, you know? Ask how they're doing. You know, you don't talk to them every day. Get an update on their life. How are the treatments going? Are you going through chemo? What is that like? Like, do you need anything? Would you like to come sit and just chill? Do you want me to come visit you? Would you like me to help you with anything in your household? Like, maybe your house is upside down because you have this thing going on and maybe you don't have support. I can be that support. I'm local. Or even if I'm not local, like, maybe I could find some resources that are local to your area that can help. Just how are you doing? Do you just want to ear? Do you want to vent? You know, we don't speak on a regular basis. Maybe we should change that. What can I do to help you out in this situation? Because we do speak a little bit, you know, maybe I can do something. Just ask them how they are and make it about them. And then when they respond to you, listen. They might say some things that will trigger an opportunity for you to present your opportunity. They might outright ask you after you've asked them, well, how are you doing? I see you're doing that thing. How's that thing working out? And you can talk to them about that and still not say anything about like how it can help them, but just say, you know, this is what's going on. And, you know, we found some new studies on our product or whatever your thing is. And then they might ask, what are those studies? And then it can come together naturally. You know, it might not be that first time you hit them up on Facebook. It might take a couple of connections with that person. And then maybe when you're finally sitting in front of them because you came to see them, you're sitting at their house and they're warming up to you. And now they're turning into your hot market. Now you're developing a better relationship with them, right? Now they're like, man, this chick is cool, man. We should have hung out more often, right? Now you can say, you know, I think that there's something that would help your situation. You know, I'm listening to you over maybe the past couple days, couple weeks, however long it takes. And, you know, I know that you're going through this stuff. I know there's a lot on your plate. If I share some information that might help you, would you be willing to take a look at it? You know, Eric Worre, if I would you, look him up. He has some good invites, you know. When it's appropriate, share the opportunity with that person. If they read it, if they look at it, good. Get them to the next step. Third-party validation. If they don't, okay, keep visiting them, because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be about you making money off of them. You tried to help them out because you care about their health in this situation, if you're a health and wellness business like I am, and if they take the advice, they do. If they don't, they don't. It might hurt your heart if they don't. It might. In that situation, I've been there. And some people didn't take it. It might hurt you because it might help them, but it's not for you to make that decision. It's for them to make a decision that's best for them. And not everybody is going to receive your opportunity, even if you think they should. It's not about you, it's about them. You've done all you can, move on, but still build that relationship with them, because at the end of the day, if you said you cared about them, you should genuinely care about them, regardless of whether or not they even look at what you've given them, right? So that's one example. Now, what about, your hot market, who you do talk to on a daily basis? That's your homie. That's the person you can tell everything to. You vent about your boyfriend problems or whatever, right? You might think, well, that's the person I go drinking with like every day. If you drink every day, I should be able to just come out with it and just share the opportunity. And once again, that might work for some people. If you know that person well and you know how they receive info, and you can just come out them like, yo, cut the crap. I got this thing you need to look at right now. That might work for them. If it does, then do that. But if it doesn't, think about it. Who are you speaking to? Remember who you're speaking to, and only share the opportunity when it is appropriate for that person. If they are the type of person, they're complaining like, yo, these people always trying to sell me stuff, and the people they're talking about are also people that are just as close to them as you are, then maybe you shouldn't approach them that way, because obviously it didn't work for that person. You got to look at the relationship that you have with these people and find a way to appropriately introduce this opportunity to them where they are willing to receive it. And sometimes, no matter how much you prep and how much you try to do it the way you think it's right, it's not going to be right. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Everybody starts from somewhere, and everybody's horrible at the beginning, and they mess up and they can come back. That's the beauty of follow-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. If it didn't work the first time, keep following up with them, because they might come back and ask you about it later. If you are being consistent, and if you are public with the consistency of your business, which you shouldn't be ashamed, but I know sometimes at the beginning you don't want to post anything on social media, and then, as you grow as an entrepreneur, you start to show some things, and then, I did the same thing, you know what I mean? But as they start to see what you're doing, or if you don't post anything, if they're interacting with you, they're your hot market, if they ask you every time y'all hang out, how's that thing going? And you tell them, oh, I got another meeting coming up, or, I'm going to this convention or whatever. And they're like, oh, I'm taking this product and it's doing great. And it's like, wow, I know you shared it with me and I didn't want anything to do with it before because I was in a bad place in my life, which you should know that if you're really connecting with them and building a relationship, you should have known they were in a bad place in their life. But the fact that you didn't pressure them and turn them off is why they're mentioning this to you. And they will say, now I'm in a better place. Now I'm at what my mentor, Brandon Cunningham, likes to say is 12 o'clock. I'm willing to receive the info. Can you send me some info on it? And had you done the appropriate follow-up when you first shared the opportunity with them, meaning if you shared the business with them the first time and they didn't want it, and you asked the question where you said, like my mentor Jessica Adams said, is it okay if I can keep you in the loop on, updates with the company? Like, I know this is not for you and you don't want anything to do with it, but I would like to keep you in the loop on things, so you don't miss out on anything. Most of the time, they'll say yes. So if you left that door open, and now they're at 12 o'clock and they're ready to receive info, you can give it to them. Or if you're just checking on them, you can say, hey, by the way, a new study came out last week, and I know you said I can keep you in the loop on this thing. No pressure. I just want to share that with you real quick, just so you know what's going on, because that thing is important to me, and we're cool. We're friends, even though you don't want anything to do with it. I know that you want to make sure that I'm doing great, and this is great for my business. This is great for me and my family, and I like to share with you. Just keep you updated, just like any other thing. If you got a promotion at your 9 to 5, you would update your friends on that, right? Even though they ain't got nothing to do with your 9 to 5 job. They don't work in the same company you do, but you would still tell them, right? Exactly. So just put it like that and give them the update. And that new study or that new update in your company might be the thing that's like, man, I didn't know that, your products or your company was doing that. Or wow, that's a great achievement for them. Now I'm interested. And they might want more information, and you can get them to another step 2 and or step 3. Third-party validation, get them on the phone with somebody, get them to a meeting, get them to an event, and then get them to a decision, which they've already made a decision without being third-party, but now they've gotten all the facts, and now they can make an informed, educated decision, and it might be a yes, who knows? Or it might be they just want to take your products or services, or it might still be no, who cares? It's your people. You're never going to stop talking to them unless you have a falling out. So no is only no until, it's a yes. And there's always an opportunity for them to change their mind until they die. So I'm just saying. So that's another way. Now, cold market. I was at an event a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the right and the wrong way to share your business opportunity with people, especially with people who you don't know that well. They were talking about somebody that they kind of knew, but not really. But the approach they took is something that I've seen people do to strangers, and it's really disrespectful, where you feel like you can just go up to people and just go straight into your invite. And, if they don't want it, that's fine. But tell me who you know that might be interested. And I don't care if you join or not. But you might have some people that are interested. That is not the right way to do. That's straight invite, no connection. Like, you're not even listening to anything this person has to say. So my thing is this. What I'm going to say is, if you ever find yourself in a position where you're out and you're just sparking up a conversation with strangers, or they spark up a conversation with you, treat them just like they are your friends. Don't disrespect them. Don't come off as cold or not caring or uncaring of whatever situation. Because you'd be surprised how many strangers tell me like their life story, in passing. And you never know what they're going through. But if you spark up a conversation and you hear triggers, and you're not in a rush at the time, or you are in a rush, if you're not in a rush, let them know, like, hey, what if I showed you a way that would help you to get out of that situation? Or what if I told you there was something that can help you out with your situation, or whatever? And then you could tell them, well, it's too much for me to explain right here because we're in the grocery store or whatever. But how would you like the information? I can send you a video about it. I can plug you into this app that I have for my company, and it'll send out some info to your email and your cell phone. Or, we got some meetings in the air, whatever. May I get your information? And we can talk about this later. Maybe we can link up for coffee, tomorrow when we have more time and we're actually prepared for that. There's different ways to do it, but take a couple seconds to listen to what they're saying, okay? Don't just come at them with the invite just because they're not your friend yet, or you just met them and they're not important to you. Because you'll be surprised who actually joins your business. And it's probably the people that you didn't think were going to join, i.e. new people you just met that are still strangers, or people who you thought didn't care about stuff like this and you didn't even want to share a business with them, but somehow you ended up in the conversation, and all your best friends and your homies who seen you get drunk and laying on the floor and don't even look at you as an entrepreneur, they're not going to join your business, even though they're the ones that you want. Or the people that have health issues that you want to help, they're not going to join your business because they're not worried about that right now. They just want to make it to the next day. Okay? So what I'm saying is this. When you connect with anybody, whether it be your hot market, your warm market, your cold market, make it about them and make it about actually connecting. Don't just go straight to the invite just so you can get your numbers up. Because honestly, connecting is step 1, but it's also step 4, which is the follow-up, which is a never-ending step. And really, that is important, but for your money, it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter till they get to a decision, and a decision is a yes for one or two things, either becoming a business partner or becoming a customer. And if that doesn't happen, you can get your numbers up all day on how many step 1s you did, but if that doesn't average down to how many third parties you did and how many people got into your business as a customer or as a business partner, then it doesn't freaking matter anyway. The only thing you're going to get out of that, which I'm not minimizing that, is maybe you grow some new relationships, some new friendships. Okay? But if you're about making money, then be patient and do it the right way. And you might not see the money that same day. It takes 6 follow-ups to get most people to a decision. but you're planting the seeds for those follow-ups to turn into a positive decision for your business, and most importantly for that person to get financial time, or if health and wellness is your thing, health freedom. Okay, so I hope that explains the difference between connecting versus the invite. Remember, network marketing is all about building relationships. That is the goal. We want great people around us, great relationships, positive people who can help each other out to get financial time and health freedom. That's what it should be about, not about making money off of your friends, family, and strangers. All right, so this is your girl, Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette. I hope that helped you out. This is the Team DSF Weekly Business Training. I'm out. Peace.